Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So I'm coming on, guys, because this is my weight loss video, my weight loss journey video. Now, I know it's been 13 days since I last came on, and I meant to do it earlier, but I really didn't have much to say because there's we're like in between situations now. We're in between, all the stuff that we have to do for the surgery. But I figured I'd come on today and just give you an update of what's going on and how I'm feeling about it and all of that and what's happening. All right, guys. So we had a Zoom call the other day going over all the paperwork and everything that has to be filled out. There's so much paperwork. We had to print out this big, long handbook that's very, very informational. It has a lot of all the information in it, about the surgeries, about, complications that could arouse. There's, the stuff you have to do before surgery and after surgery and all this stuff and what you can expect and, alcohol consumption before surgery. During, after surgery and just all the information on what you can do as far as, after the surgery and all that. It's a lot of information. Sorry, guys, I had to pause. So when I pause, sometimes I forget what I was talking about 2 seconds ago. So if I don't finish what I was saying, I'm sorry. I'm just continue on, and I'm sure it'll come back to me as I speak because, guys, I'm telling you. So, what I was saying was all this paperwork, okay? Now, the thing is that, like, we made these appointments on the first visit for all these things that we have to have done. Then we get phone calls saying that our insurance doesn't cover this certain thing, so now I have to remake appointments, and everything was kind of done in order. So now everything is all misheveled and all discombobulated, and so we have to make other appointments with other doctors. We were supposed to get our blood work done last week, and the lab called and said that they don't take our insurance. So now I know the doctor's office wanted a specific lab to have this certain blood work done, but we can't go to that lab because they don't cover it's not covered. So I called the director lady. Actually, I left two messages for two different ladies who are the directors, and they haven't called me back. So it's like now I'm waiting for them to call me back so I can ask them, what do I do? Do I, is there something we can do about this lab, or can we go to another lab that's covered under our insurance so this way we can have the lab work done? It's just a whole bunch of crap. Okay? It's a whole bunch of crap, and it's very stressful. And I got people calling me asking me about my warranty, which I don't even have. Telling you guys. So there's just a lot going on, and then the holidays and, deciding, there's everything that's going on with the holidays, and it's just, it's a lot, but I'll tell you, I just have the personality to give up. That's just me. And it's not good because, this is why I start and fail so many times, because I always get deterred and unmotivated because of situations that come in that I had trouble with, dealing with. So, and honestly, the thing that's keeping me on, there's two things that are keeping me really on track as far as having it done is that the number one thing is, honestly, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with all of you, which I try to be 100% honest. I mean, there are some things in life, on YouTube that you're not going to say, just things that are maybe personal to your own family or to your own self. You have the ability to know what's right for you to put out there and what's right for you not to put out there. And as far as for me, I feel comfortable putting out what I put out is what I feel comfortable with. And what I'm trying to say is I've always been heavy, okay, overweight. I had my babies, I gained some weight, I lost it, whatever. And I've always been to a certain point where it didn't affect my weight. Even being overweight didn't affect how I lived and functioned, basically. But I would say the last 10 years, it's becoming very, very hard to, each year is becoming it's becoming harder with the weight that I'm gaining. Now, before the pandemic, and everybody, not everybody, but people say, oh, it's an excuse, this and that. It's not an excuse. This right here, what I'm saying to you is exactly what happened. I was at a certain weight where I was able to get around it. I mean, my back's hurts, and my back's been hurting for the last 2 years, and everything else. And that's definitely because of my weight and all of that. But it's just become like these last, like I gained like 30 pounds, guys, like 30 pounds from the pandemic, like a year and a half. And I just, for some reason, can't seem to get that off, okay? I say some reason, but honestly, it's, basically because probably I'm not trying hard enough, obviously. I'm not sticking to exercising. I'm not sticking to, Weight Watchers or whatever I tried to do. So ultimately, I would say it's 90% my fault, you know what I mean? But it's so hard. It's not that easy. So I hope nobody's going to judge me out there. And if you do, well, then, you have to walk in somebody's shoes in order to know how they feel. So no judgments, guys, okay? But the thing is that I feel like I'm at the point where I am at the point of no return. Like, I feel like these last 30 pounds that I've gained have really put me over the edge. Like, I really feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm really going to, like, it's serious now. And I say that because it's the way I feel. I am not comfortable in my body. It's hard to do things. I never forget. I remember going to the doctor, and having tests, and like with diabetes, you have to have you have to go to the cardiologist and have all these things. And I'll never forget one time the doctor asked, do you have like shortness of breath or chest pains or anything walking up steps? And I always felt good because I was like, no, I don't have any of that. Thank God. It's hard for me to walk up steps, but I can breathe and all that. Well, now I feel like I can't. Like, now I feel like it's really, really hard for me to walk up steps. It's hard for me to walk a long time. And, and that's like a slap in the face. That's reality, like, smacking you in the face. And for me, it's very, very devastating. And honestly, guys, the last couple of weeks, I've been very, very distraught about not being able to do certain things that I always used to do. And then I can't do anymore. And then I can do, but they're a struggle. And it's very, very depressing, and it's very hard for me to handle and cope with that. And this is why I'm so adamant about having the surgery, and I'm sticking it out. That's the first reason. The first reason is what I just told you all, in how I'm feeling, how I'm functioning. Really. The second reason is for my kids and my husband and my family and my daughter Julie, who's doing this with me, who's she's struggling, and she needs to get her health better and take care of herself better and all of that. And I know that for a fact that me doing it as well, which I'm not just doing it for the heck of it just because she's doing it. I'm doing it because I obviously need it. And I'm doing it for her, for me, and for everything, and my whole family, whatever. But I wanna be there for her, and I want to show her that if I can do it, she can do it. She could, But some days are hard. Some days she's encouraging me. Some days, most of the time, it's her encouraging me, saying, "Mom, don't worry, it'll be okay." And because I'm more of like she's more of that. She's not really she's not like. I don't think she's really like, not that she's not living in reality. I know she's living in reality, and she understands what this means and what it means for her and all that, but she's not really focusing on the worrying part of it and all that. She's very excited about it, and I guess she's tired of being in her body, in her skin, and she wants so desperately to feel better and everything too because of the way she's feeling. So it's definitely good that we're both here, because I think that, and honestly, and I'm going to be honest, because like I said, I want to be honest, honestly, I would have probably gave up already. I would have probably gave up already because I just know the way I am, and I get spooked, and I get panicked, and then I talk myself out of things, and I would drop the whole thing, and just continue on the way I'm doing, and I can't do that right now anymore. I can't because I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable, guys, in my skin right now. And I get up every day. My mental health is, I would say, at the point in my life, my mental health has been, I wouldn't say the best it's ever been, because probably before the pandemic, I think it was as best as it's ever been. Since the pandemic, it's kind of been swaying a little bit. But I'm still emotionally okay. I'm still able to get up. You're talking to somebody who had depression, who at times wouldn't get off the couch. Like, I only did what I had to do. I got up every day, functioned with my kids, for my kids, got my kids dressed, did whatever my kids needed, dinners and breakfasts, lunch, got them off to school, all that stuff. I was like a functioning, how like a functioning alcoholic functions? They still drink, but they still function in their life. They go to work. They still do the things they have to do. I was like a functioning, I don't even know what you call it, functioning. I was dealing with functional depression, and there is a price to pay for that, because if you ask my family, especially my husband, there is a price to pay, because you're not living, you're just existing. You're not living, you're just existing, and that's really, really hard to watch, especially for the family, to watch the person that you care about and love struggle, and you can't do anything about it, because no matter what my husband would say to me, what can I do for you? I want him and in reality, he can't do anything for me, because you can't fix it. You can't fix what's inside of somebody. They have to fix it themselves, and they have to come to that, that realization, and that they have to come to terms with it and learn how to deal with it and function with it themselves. There's nothing else anybody could do. No amount of love and nurturing and compassion and all of that is going to fix it. So there's a whole bunch of combinations of what fixes it. If you're really never fixed, you're just you're never cured, just like a drug addict or whatever is never cured, but they're able to function and live and and live an okay life, as long as they stick to what they have to stick to. And I just think that people get to a certain point, like, that's what I'm trying to say, is like, I've never been at that point where I say to myself, oh my God, like, I can't live like this. Like, I can't live like this anymore. It's very, very, very hard, and it's very upsetting to me. And honestly, guys, I cry mostly every day. I do. I'm being completely honest with you guys, because, it's rough to not to be able to put your own socks on. You know what I mean? It's hard to not to be able to do those things. And, I'm getting specific because I feel like if I could help somebody, to know you're not alone. You're not alone. I know it's so hard. And there's a show that I watch on television, and I watched it this morning, and it's kind of like the type of show that I watch that I don't want to watch. It's kind of disturbing, but yet I want to watch it because I feel like, I guess I'm not so bad if when I see what I'm watching on this show, and it's called My 600-Pound Life. And if you guys have never watched it, I think it's on TLC, Lifetime, one of those. Not really exactly sure, I forget. But it's a really, really good show, and it shows the journey of people who are so overweight that they can't function. They can't do the things they need to do in the bathroom. They can't, walk to the kitchen without, having chest pains and being able to breathe. And, it's just horrible. It's horrible. And, and sometimes, like, I'll say, oh my God, how did they get like that? Oh my God, how did they let themselves get like that? But then I turn around and think about myself. My God, it's very easy to be able to get like that because you just don't even realize when you're a food addict and you're an emotional eater and all of that. You soothe yourself with food, and that's just the God's honest truth. You soothe yourself with food. So if you're feeling depressed every single day of your life, what are you doing? You want to feel good. So what are you doing? You're eating food. It makes you feel good. It makes you, some people have everybody has their own vice. Everybody does, whether it be drugs, alcohol, whatever. Okay? Everybody has it. And I definitely have maybe an addiction or I'm definitely an overeater, whatever. But, it's just, I really can relate to these people. And I have compassion for them because I know when they say, like, they'll go in, if you watch the show, it's Dr. His name is Dr. Nazarian, and he's a doctor in Houston, Texas, and they call him Dr. Now. And he is one of the doctors, like, in the United States, not the only doctor, but one of a small handful, who will do weight loss surgery with people over 400 pounds. And so they'll go in there and he'll say, well, why do you think you're eating? Or why do you think, why can't you do this for yourself? And why can't you just, stop and stay on your diet? And they say, because I don't know. I just can't stop. And he has compassion. He's a doll. He really does. He has compassion for them, but he's also tough. He's tough love, but he definitely has compassion for them because he gives them chance after chance after chance. He'll give you 10 chances before he kicks you out, But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I have compassion for them because I know that it's not easy. How many times have I said to myself, all right, Linda, come on, this week you're going to start, you're going to do good, you're going to have salads, you're going to, you're not going to have those carbs, and you're not going to, and there are times when I do wonderful. And then one day I'm like, and it's all in here. Like, it's all in here. I know I'm kind of getting off topic because I came on here to tell you about my weight loss journey, which is kind of what it's about. But I figured I would just, talk to you guys while I'm on here and just tell you the truth. And I mean, I always tell you guys the truth. This is just, more truth or whatever. But this is my struggle, guys. This is my weight loss struggle. And let me tell you something. I'm 55 years old. I'm going to be 56 on December 13th, guys. My birthday. And I have been struggling with my weight since for 40, it's got to be 40 years, 55, yeah. Well, yeah, because I was thin. I had weight issues. I didn't have weight issues until I was about 15, and I started overeating and gaining weight, and I was always very thin. My father used to always say, oh, you had the skinniest legs, I was thin, guys, okay? And then I had an emotional kind of breakdown type of thing when I was a teenager, with some teenage things that I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to go into right now. Maybe another day. That's another day for another video, for a different kind of video. But it was kind of like an emotional trauma that put me in this depression position. And I started suffering with depression and feeding myself. I can remember coming home from high school, and feeling so down and depressed, and I'd run in the kitchen, get my snack, sit down in front of the television and watch my favorite shows and just feel so satisfied and so secure and so good with with that situation. So it just catapulted from there, and I can just remember, one time my mother saying to me, and me just breaking down and crying, and my mother said, let's go, we'll go to the crisis center, and I can remember going there and just them asking me, what's going on and how I was depressed, and I don't even remember if they gave me medication. I don't think they did, but I think I went to a counselor after that or something. Anyway, guys, that's that. But what I'm saying is I can relate to those people, and I have compassion for them, and I know how easy it can happen, because like, I said to myself, my God, like, I've always fluctuated like within a certain weight, and I've always gone up and down and like lost it and gained it and lost it. I'm talking about like 10, 15 pounds, difference. And then one day I went to the doctor and I was like, oh my God, what am I? Like with the pandemic and everything. And I feel like I just can't get back to that other, like those 30 pounds are like deadly for me. Like I feel like do or die. And so I'm just at the point where I can't live like this. Like I need to either do something. I need to do something. So this is it. So all this stress and craziness about this surgery, is just. I hope the one thing I say about this is when it's done, and after a couple of months and I have lost some weight. I hope the first thing and only thing I say is I should have done it sooner. That's really the only thing I hope I say, I know it's not easy. My husband had it 22 years ago, and it was very, very difficult for him, and I watched him, and, but, it also saved his life, and he does have a little bit of issues here and there, and nothing major or anything like that. There are some things you can't eat. This is it's a little different than what he had, but it's the same thing, just his is a little bit more invasive. So I know that it saved his life. I know that he had the surgery in, I think, June, July, August, September, October. And in October of that same year, he was climbing the trees at the apple orchard. So I think he had lost a good 80 pounds or something in like those 4 months, and he was like a different person. He looked like he just felt like a different person. So I know that he even today says he would have done it still. He still would have done it, even with all the issues or whatever it is. So I hope that that's what I'm going to say. And but you know what, guys? Like even 6 months ago, I would have said to myself, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm too scared. Now I'm scared not to do it. Literally, because I'm 55 years old and I feel like I'm 85. Well, 75, I don't know. I just feel really old not being able to, walk long ways, and, and it's not, it's very, very depressing, and it's very debilitating. And I don't want to have the mind of a 55-year-old and have the body of an 80-year-old. It's not, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. So that's the whole thing, guys, is that there's going to be stresses, there's going to be aggravation, there's going to be tears, there's going to be whatever, but I feel like I have no choice. And my only choice right now is to stick with it and go through all the horror and whatever it is to get to the end with the light. Because this is what I'm looking forward to right here. I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I'm looking forward to this. Now, where we live, okay, we live up in upstate New York here. There's a local, on our television, they've been showing this couple, and this is what really got me excited about it too. This couple from our local hospital that had the bariatric surgery, okay, and this is where we went, to the same hospital. And their husband and wife, and they showed them before when they were heavy, and how they couldn't do anything, and they were so depressed and sick and all this other stuff with, diabetes, high cholesterol, everything that I have. And then they showed them after that they had the surgery together. They showed it. They showed the place. They showed everything. That I've been seeing that commercial for months, and I kept saying, "Wow, that's right here. Like that's right here. If they can do it," and I think they even say that if we could do it, you can do it. So that's really been very, very helpful. Thank you to those people who put those commercials out there, because they really do help people and encourage people. So, and then when you go for when they give you the handbook, they have some pictures of people that have changed, have had the surgery. See him at his heaviest, and there at his losing the weight. They show this lady heavy and then losing the weight. You know, and these are real people. See, that's the thing. These aren't just, you know, and that's what got me excited about seeing those people on the local channel in the local hospital, because I felt like, wow, you know, wow. You know, and so, and here's another guy. I guess he's running, exercising, and the lady. Yeah, so, you know, the end here, what they say is the conclusion. It says, I'll read it to you. Right. Successful weight loss surgery is a positive step toward a healthier future. The benefits will begin to show while recovery is still underway. You can look forward to increased physical activity, travel, new social opportunities, and a more positive self-image. Your newfound health may present opportunities for new career options and life goals. Even dining out will be more enjoyable. By becoming an active participant in preparation and education, you can help achieve the best results from your surgery. Choosing to undergo any surgery can be unnerving. Our healthcare team understands you have questions and concerns. We are committed to helping you deal with those concerns. We view each patient as our partner, and like any partnership, we would never let you face this experience alone. When you choose bariatric surgery with Garnett, can't say that. You can feel confident that our team of skilled professionals will strive to achieve the absolute best results for your surgery, and you can begin the first steps towards a healthier and more active life. That's it in a nutshell. So fears and you know, panic and worry and everything just goes out the window, because that's the whole thing right there. Because I don't want to live a life that is not a good life. Who does, you know? And if this could help me, I'm ready for it, guys. So that's it, guys. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all of you, and you guys don't understand how much this helps me being able to talk to you guys and being honest with you. And I like I said, I really, not that I don't care. I care what people think about me, maybe a little bit too much, and that's, you know, not that great of a character, you know, thing to have. But I don't really, you know, I am who I am, and that's that. But I don't care to the point where it's going to affect my life. So if you judge me and you don't want to go through this journey with me, then all you have to do is click off, guys, okay? There's lots of other people to watch. So that's all I have to say about that. But anyway, thank you to all of you, all my new subscribers who are coming on and watching me. I hope you guys enjoy my my content, and thank you so much for everybody who supported me, who have been there for me and listened to me complain and everything else, and just, you know, always watch my videos, and no matter what, I really appreciate it. And I just want to say another thing too, guys, before I go. This channel is going to stay the same. I'm going to cook. I'm still going to do my videos of cooking, even if I can only eat a little piece of chicken and one broccoli floret. I'm still going to cook and do. You can't take the Italian out of me. You can't. So regardless, nothing's going to change. My channel will be the same. Crazy house with the dogs and the kids and adult kids and, you know, hubby and just food and everything. So don't worry about that, guys, okay? Okay, let me go and get off this video because I tend to rattle on. So thanks so much, guys, again, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit that notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell, guys, all right? So I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.